Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're embarking on a pretty fascinating journey, actually.
They really are.
We're looking into a stack of sources that, well, they profoundly challenge our basic understanding of reality.
Yeah, and our place in it. Right.
Yeah.
And the power we might actually have.
Exactly. That power nestled deep within us. Okay, so let's unpack this. Our source material for this deep dive today, it's mainly from excerpts of The Spontaneous Healing of Belief.
Hmm.
That's by the New York Times bestselling author Gregg Braden.
And his background is quite something, isn't it? It really adds weight.
It really does. He's known as a pioneer, sort of bridging rigorous science with profound spiritual insights.
You see that blend. He was a computer geologist for Phillips Petroleum.
Right, then a senior computer systems designer for Martin Marietta Aerospace,
Yeah.
during the Cold War.
And even the first tech ops manager for Cisco Systems, making sure the early internet stayed reliable.
So you've got this hard data systems thinking approach applied to these, well, deeper questions. So the mission for this deep dive is really to explore his startling premise,
Which is?
that our inner beliefs don't just, influence things slightly. They directly shape our outer reality.
Directly shaped. That's a strong claim.
It is, and not just positive thinking, It's about a precise, powerful mechanism.
Affecting everything.
Everything, our health, relationships, careers, even, he suggests, how long we live.
Wow.
So you're going to hear about some, frankly, mind-bending science, some powerful personal stories, and ancient wisdom.
And they all seem to point to the same place.
Yeah, that we're far more powerful than we've, been led to believe.
And what's so fascinating here, I think, is how he weaves these different threads together.
Right.
You've got cutting-edge quantum physics, ancient spiritual stuff, and these compelling real-world experiences.
All challenging our basic assumptions about cause and effect.
Which leads to the big question for you listening. If what we believe truly shapes reality.
Then
Yeah, how do we start to consciously get a handle on that power? How do we harness it?
we're going to explore what this means for you, maybe how you're limiting yourself without realizing it.
And crucially, how you might actually start rewriting your own reality code, as he puts it.
Okay, so let's start with that core idea, the big one.
Mm-hmm.
Everything we experience, healing disease, career success, whatever's dopey, directly linked to what we believe.
Right. And the key insight isn't just belief matters, is it?
No, it's more precise. It's about a specific shift in how we use belief.
Moving from just accepting things.
To actively co-creating, recognizing the mechanism.
So connecting that to the bigger picture, it means we stop seeing ourselves as passive victims.
Where things just happen to us.
Exactly. Instead, we're in the driver's seat. We're the architects of our reality.
And the source suggests this power is, well, immense.
Immense enough to make disease obsolete or war memory. That's bold.
It is bold.
Yeah.
And the question becomes, how do we go from just knowing this intellectually?
To actually living it, experiencing it.
Yeah. And this whole idea, it really blurs that old line, that safety zone between science and spirituality.
It's not just philosophy.
No. He points to documented facts, like human consciousness affecting quantum energy.
Which opens doors to possibilities that kind of push past our old beliefs about what's even possible.
So how does it work? What's the mechanism?
Well, the source introduces this concept called the divine matrix.
Okay. The divine matrix.
It's described as the field where everything exists, where everything's connected.
Like the universe's intelligent web.
Kind of, a quantum web, or the consciousness underlying reality. He also calls it a quantum hologram, mind of God, or nature's mind.
Lots of names for this. Underlying field.
Right, emphasizing it's pervasive and interactive. It's not just static background.
And this isn't just a concept, right? He outlines principles for it.
Exactly, several profound principles. One is totally mind-bending. Entanglement.
Ah, yes, quantum entanglement.
The idea that things once physically connected, even if they're miles apart,
Or light years apart.
still act as if they're linked, instantly.
Which suggests this deep, non-local connection across everything.
Building on that, the source claims our DNA, our actual physical DNA, directly influences what happens in the divine matrix in ways that seem to defy normal space and time.
Yeah, big.
And maybe even bigger. Our human belief combined with our feelings and emotions.
The feeling part is key, isn't it?
Crucial. That combination directly changes our DNA.
Which then affects the matrix.
So the bottom line is, when we shift our deepest beliefs about ourselves and the world,
Our inner state.
the matrix translates that change into our actual lived reality.
Wow. Okay, that leads to a huge question for us then.
Which is,
Are we born with this natural ability to create and modify our bodies, our world?
and if we are,
What's our responsibility? Do we have a duty to understand this and use it consciously?
it's a heavy thought. And this idea of an interactive universe, it ties right into quantum physics observations.
Like the double slit experiment.
Exactly. That famous one where light particles act like waves until you watch them.
And then, boom, they act like particles.
Right. But even more fascinating, later experiments, like in 1998, they found that the more the particles were watched, the more they were affected by the watcher.
So the act of observing of consciousness itself.
Might be actively shaping reality at its most basic level.
Okay, so if particles are like computer bits,
Mm-hmm.
as physicist John Wheeler suggested,
Mm-hmm.
and the universe is a quantum computer,
Then the question becomes,
do we have access to the code? Can we actually upgrade the program of our lives?
the source says yes. That's belief code 6.
We're not just users of this cosmic computer.
We might be the programmers.
That idea of reality being a simulation or illusion, it's not just modern science fiction, is it?
Not at all. You connect this to the bigger picture, you find ancient traditions saying similar things.
So-
Hindu cosmology describing the universe as Vishnu's dream, or Australia's Aboriginal Wanjinas dreaming the world into existence.
So this theme of an illusory world keeps popping up across history.
Yeah, the source points out it's remarkably consistent, suggests a kind of timeless wisdom about reality's nature.
And understanding this isn't just like an academic exercise, there's an urgency.
Definitely. You've got respected voices like Sir Martin Rees.
The Astronomer Royal.
Right, suggesting we only have maybe a 50-50 chance of getting through this century without major setbacks.
Citing human-induced threats.
And Scientific American had that Crossroads for Planet Earth issue echoing the same warning.
So we might not have centuries to figure out every last secret before we really need to act.
Which brings us back to how. How do our beliefs actually do this?
Right, the mechanics.
Yeah.
Inside us, the brain, the heart.
Okay, so beliefs, the source says, are really formed in our hearts. But the thoughts feeding them start in the brain.
Conscious and subconscious minds.
And the subconscious is the powerhouse here. It's processing information at, get this, 20 million bits per second.
20 million. Compared to what for the conscious?
Compared to the conscious mind's like 40 bits per second.
Wow. That's a staggering difference.
It is. It means your subconscious is running this incredibly fast autopilot program based on your deepest beliefs.
Which influences our gut reactions, our reality, way more than our fleeting conscious thought.
Exactly. It's running the show most of the time.
So where do those deep subconscious beliefs even come from?
Well, studies show that until we're about 7 years old, our brains are in this very receptive state.
Like a dreamlike state. Hypnagogic.
Yeah, basically absorbing everything without filters, like sponges.
So the judgments, biases, likes, dislikes of people around us, especially parents or caretakers.
They become our foundational programs, our core beliefs about ourselves and the world.
It reminds me of that quote, Ignatius of Loyola, "Give me a child until he's 7.
And I will give you the man.
It really highlights how deep those early inputs go. So belief itself, how's it defined here? It's not just thinking something.
No, it's the certainty that comes from accepting what you think is true in your mind,
Okay.
combined with what you feel is true in your heart. Both are needed.
And the heart is where they get expressed.
Expressed as actual electrical and magnetic waves that interact with the physical world. The heart's a powerful generator.
And this is where it gets really wild. The heart's electrical signal.
Uh-huh.
Studies show it's up to 60 times stronger than the brain's.
60 times.
And its magnetic field, up to 5,000 times stronger than the brain's.
5,000, that's incredible.
And both these fields, the electrical and the magnetic, can change the energy of atoms.
And we generate both, just through our experience of belief.
It's a literal energetic projection of our inner state. Amazing.
And when we talk about feelings, it's important to clarify, it's not just raw emotion.
Okay.
Emotion like love or its opposite, fear.
Mm-hmm.
That's the pure power source, the fuel.
And thought.
Thought is the guidance system. It directs the energy.
So a thought without that emotional fuel.
Is just a wish, kind of harmless, relatively powerless.
It's the feeling, that blend of thought and emotion, that brings it to life.
That gives it manifesting power.
Exactly.
And our bodies have this built-in way of telling us what feels true, right? This body truth or resonance.
Yes, that undeniable energy exchange, goosebumps, ringing ears, a flush of warmth,
Or that gut feeling about something being wrong.
Right, like reacting to a pesticide labeled harmless, your body just knows. It's a defense mechanism too.
So the body has the answers. The question is,
Do you have the wisdom or maybe the courage to actually listen to it?
Okay, let's look at evidence. Where do we see this belief power in action?
Well, the placebo effect is probably the most obvious, well-documented example.
Right, sugar pills working like real medicine.
Patients believing they're getting a real treatment, even if it's just saline, can experience real healing.
And studies show significant results, especially for things like migraines.
Even warts, yeah. But then there's the flip side, the nocebo effect, where negative expectations cause harm.
Exactly. Negative beliefs can reverse good medical treatment or even, in some cases, prove fatal. The Framingham Heart Study showed links there.
That's direct evidence of inner world shaping outer physical reality.
Absolutely.
The source shares some incredible demonstrations too, like the Tibetan yogi Milarepa.
Ah, the handprint in the cave wall, nearly 900 years ago.
He did it as a demonstration for a student, right, to show what's possible.
The student saw his master basically defy physics, and that shattered the student's own beliefs about limits.
And the source makes a great point. Both views, rock is solid, rock can be passed through, were absolutely correct.
Depending on the belief you held about it, it challenges our ideas of fixed physical laws.
And what about collective belief? Does that have power?
Apparently so. That International Peace Project in the Middle East study from 1988, it showed this amazing correlation. When a small percentage of people, the square root of 1%.
Which isn't many people globally, maybe 8,000 back then?
Right. When that small group achieved inner peace through focused meditation.
It reflected outwardly.
Measurably. Decreases in terrorist acts, crime rates, even accidents in the region.
That suggests a powerful, non-local link between our collective inner state and world events.
It really does.
Okay, this next part. This honestly blew my mind when I first read it. Shattering personal limits. For like a century, everyone knew it was physically impossible to run a mile under 4 minutes.
A hard limit, a physiological barrier.
Until 1954, Roger Bannister did it. 3 minutes, 59.4 seconds.
Broke the barrier.
But here's the kicker. Less than 8 weeks later, John Landy did it again.
Okay.
And then, within the next year, dozens more people broke the 4-minute mile.
Wow. So once one person proved it was possible?
It shattered the limiting belief for everyone. It created a new blueprint.
That's Belief Code 24. A miracle that's possible for anyone is possible for everyone.
It's incredible. And there are other examples, right? Like firewalking.
Amanda Dennison's record, 220 feet on 1,700-degree coals without injury.
Or Kyla Smith, that woman barely over 100 pounds.
Lifting a car 20 times her weight to save a friend trapped underneath.
She just said she knew she had to free him. Extreme belief plus intense feeling overriding normal limits.
These aren't just stories. They're demonstrations of latent human potential unlocked by belief.
The source also mentions the philosopher Neville Goddard.
Right, with the story of the 9-year-old boy and the puppy.
Yeah, all logic said, no parents against it, father hated dogs.
But the boy didn't focus on the logic.
No. Every night, falling asleep, he imagined having the dog. He felt its fur, lived the reality internally.
And 6 weeks later,
he got a collie puppy, awarded to him unexpectedly. The key, Neville said, was he felt himself in life as if the dog were already with him.
Assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled, that's powerful.
It resonates with me personally, too. Thinking about my grandfather, he carried this deep sense of helplessness from the Great Depression his whole life. And after my grandmother died, that belief, it manifested physically. His body became the literal expression of that subconscious program.
Wow. That's Belief Code 19. Beliefs about unresolved hurt can create physical effects.
With the power to damage or even kill us. But the flip side is true too, right?
Absolutely. Belief Code 21. The same principles allow us to heal ourselves into life. Like your coworker's husband breaking that family curse.
Yeah, that 35-year genetic pattern, he transcended the shared belief. Gave himself a new reason, a new story.
Our personal histories, especially unhealed wounds, can become these active codes shaping our physical reality.
And then there's that Cairo bus trip story.
Fascinating. A group focused intently on the feeling of already being inside the Great Pyramid.
And the 8-hour drive took.
Just 4 hours, experienced by everyone on board, even the drivers and soldiers.
Their collective belief, assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled, literally seemed to shift their experience of time.
A shared, palpable shift in reality. Not just positive thinking.
Okay, so this is where the rubber meets the road for everyone listening. What does this mean for you?
Right. The goal isn't just to understand this, but to use it.
To identify and heal those false limiting beliefs, especially the subconscious ones holding you back.
And the source offers a way to start, a practical exercise.
First, you identify a pattern. Like, I sometimes attract people who are angry, unavailable, judgmental.
Recognizing that this might reflect negative qualities you saw in childhood caretakers, making you like a magnet for it.
Okay, identify the pattern.
Then clearly state what you want instead. I want them to be loving, understanding, accepting.
Just that simple act of identifying and redeclaring, that's the start of rewriting the code.
It's the first step. But to really change a deep belief, the source suggests a more structured 6-step process.
Called logic statements. Okay.
It's about building a new internal program. Step 1. State an unfulfilled need. What's the problem? 2. State your current limiting belief. Be honest about the negative program.
Okay.
3. State the opposite of that limiting belief. This is your new empowering belief.
The goal belief.
4. State when you feel most fulfilled. Connect to the positive emotion you want. 5. State inarguable facts that support your new goal belief. Find evidence, even small, that makes it plausible.
Grounded in reality.
Exactly. And 6. Combine all these into an if-and-then logic statement.
Creating a coherent consciousness program, like instructions for your subconscious or universe.
Precisely. Designing a clear, actionable instruction set for reality.
And this process, he suggests, is kind of like how prayer works, as a consciousness program.
Yeah, he uses the Lord's Prayer as an example. Breaks it down.
Into begin, commands adoration, opening up.
Work commands taking action, feeling relief from burdens.
And completion commands closure, release, empowerment.
It's presented as this ancient, masterful template for communicating desires in a way the universe or the matrix recognizes.
Highlighting these deep, maybe forgotten mechanisms of belief.
And finally, let's leap back to how we learn from others. Mirror neurons.
Ah, yes. Those brain cells.
They fire not just when we do something, but when we watch someone else do something that excites us, that resonates.
So watching gives us the ability
To make what we see in others real within ourselves. It creates the neural pathway.
Which is why seeing Bannister break the 4-minute mile or Amanda Dennison walk on fire.
It's so powerful. It's not just entertainment.
It literally upgrades your program of belief.
Gives you a new blueprint for your own reality.
The source reminds us, figures like Buddha and Jesus, they taught this power implicitly.
Their miracles were perhaps extraordinary until we know ourselves and understand how the universe works.
And Jesus saying, "He who believes in me shall do the works which I do, and even greater."
It's not about worshiping the person. It suggests that witnessing from an empowered perspective
Gives us the internal blueprint to achieve similar things ourselves. It's an invitation to our own power. So today, we've taken a really deep dive into this profound idea that your beliefs aren't just thoughts.
They're a code, a powerful code shaping every bit of your reality.
From the quantum world right up to manifesting miracles in your own life, the message seems clear.
You're the architect.
You are actively, maybe unknowingly, architecting your life experience.
And the source also mentioned that idea of hiding something in plain sight.
Like the Pueblo people preserving their spiritual beliefs within another religion's customs.
It raises an interesting question, doesn't it? If heartfelt belief is the most powerful force.
Could this truth itself be hidden in plain sight in our modern world?
Disguised in everyday language, maybe? Waiting for us to see its real implications.
So consider this as we wrap up. If the universe is a consciousness computer, and your beliefs, fueled by thought and feeling, are its language.
What program are you running right now?
Consciously or subconsciously? Is there one you might want to upgrade?
And knowing what you know now, how would you start? How would you begin to consciously rewrite your reality code if you truly accepted you have that power?
Something to reflect on. What are your belief codes and how are they playing out in your world today?